My name is Bhuvana Srinivasan, and I'm a faculty member in the Aerospace and Ocean Engineering department. The research that we do in my group kind of straddles the line of physics and engineering. It's fundamental research with applications in a number of engineering fields, but we look at very basic science in the type of work that we do. So far, I've participated in two CEED programs, CTech Square and Tech Girls, both of which were very fun. Very important component of the NSF career grant I have is education and outreach. And so we worked with CEED for the CTech Square and Tech Girls programs to create several different interactive activities. So as I mentioned, the research that I do is basic and fundamental with applications in engineering. And it falls in the field of plasma science, where plasma is the thing that makes up the sun. It's the thing that could be used to propel spacecraft. It can be used to solve energy problems. And so we got these balls, these plasma balls, as part of our activity effort, and did some interactive activities with some of the students where you can light up compact fluorescent bulbs or fluorescent, those long tubes, with just holding them really close to those plasma balls. You can light them up. And then we talked a little bit about what causes the light to light up? How do electrostatic and electromagnetic effects work? Then we had them touch the plasma ball, and they could see how the little lightning strikes around the ball would move around with their hands. Some of them were very excited to even shock themselves. So we'd have a little coin, and you can see a nice little spark that comes out of the coin. And they said, "Ooh, I want to touch that." And they'd zap a little at the tip of their finger and find that to be really cool. So that was one of the activities, which is kind of an introduction to some of the basic science of plasmas. From that, we built to the next level where we talked about how this applies to space. So for example, the Earth has a north and south pole, and so we stuck a magnet and we sprayed some iron shavings around that magnet, and then we could see what the magnetic field lines would look like. And then the next step was, okay, now that you see what this looks like, we ran some simulations. So we also do computational modeling in my group. And so we ran some simulations of how solar wind flows around the planet Mercury. And then we took those simulations, set each of them up with a laptop, and had them use Linux to plot the results of the simulation, to zoom in and zoom out of different areas, and to try to understand what is happening as the sun flows around Mercury, now that they know what the magnetic field profile would look like. So we had a little bit of hands-on interactive activities and then hands-on coding activities as well, because that's a large part of what we do. I mentioned earlier, a large part of the NSF Career Project is to focus on education and to focus on outreach and workforce development. Where is our workforce going to come from? And one of the challenges we've had in my field in particular is that we have a workforce that is far from diverse at present, is a polite way of putting it. And so having activities like the CTech Square and Tech Girls really helps try to promote diversity in our fields, especially among underrepresented groups. In the specific subset field that I'm in plasma science, we're at less than 10% women. And until we get to a point where we have equal representation of society in a lot of these fields, we have a problem. Right, and so CEED's activities of CTech Square and Tech Girls, their organization of these activities, the coordination, the resources that are available were ideal for me to be able to plug right in and develop these activities. So I could just focus on the science and the activities because the people who were part of the program, all of that was taken care of by CEED, and that was hugely beneficial to try to achieve the goals of STEM outreach without all of the administrative burden that would come with admitting students into the program, figuring out where they live, where they eat, how much time they spend here. So partnering with CEED was an excellent way for me to do this. I'm very lucky to have CEED. In the two programs that I participated in with CTech Square and Tech Girls, the focus there is to try to engage more women in STEM, but starting at a younger age. And so this work helps us get access to women in the high school age group who may not have considered STEM either because of societal pressure or because they don't have the confidence in their ability to carry out careers in STEM, or maybe they don't have enough role models. And so what this work does is, well, for one, I'm a woman, so I could try to be there to try to help and inspire them. But in addition to that, one of the key components is to show them by having them deal with those computers, write the code, and by having them post-process and visualize, hey, what does flow around Mercury look like? By having them actually do these hands-on activities, they can build the confidence that they can do the science that they see other people do. And so that, I think that's the important step, is they may get good grades, but that may not translate to a long-term career in STEM because they don't see many women doing it. And having exactly these types of programs gives them kind of a feel of what it would be like to do the work and shows them that, hey, you can do this too, gives them confidence in being able to do it. And I could actually see that at the end of even the couple of hours of working with the students. At the end of that workshop, they even said, oh, I'm definitely wanting to go into STEM now, right? And that's kind of the goal that we're going for here, is to tell them it's not just others who do this, you can do this, and you need to be able to do this because we need a diverse workforce to promote the science in this field. So that's one. And two, I hope that at some point in the future, if they decide to go into STEM, I hope that they do decide to go into STEM, that at some point in the future, that they will become role models to other women, or they will be able to share their experience with others who may not have had the opportunity to attend these workshops as they did, that they can go and spread this information on, hey, we can all do this. This is not just, you know, for the few people who we see doing it. All of us can do the science and push the STEM forward. And I think that is one of the key components that this work tries to promote. I am grateful that I have CEED here and I can plug into their programs and I can just focus on the details of the scientific activity. It's been a lot of fun. And I definitely plan to continue working with CEED in the future as well. And maybe I could expand on the programs that I've been working on. Maybe I could run more workshops to plug into. I've only worked with C-Tech Square and Tech Girls, so maybe I can plug into some of the other programs, Imaginations, and some of the others as well. I think these activities that we're doing could be fun for all age groups, and it's never too early to get people to look at a computer screen and do fun things with flow around the planet Mercury. So I am grateful that you're here to make it easy for me to carry out my outreach activities. The Tech Girls one, at the end of that, they came up to me and they wanted to take selfies. So I felt like the celebrity who gets to be in selfies with these students. It was awesome.
Yes.